Good morning, Zach. How are you today?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Congratulations on this. I have a soft spot for zombies because I was an extra as a zombie in Warm Bodies. So anything zombie related, it's these are my
Wow.
people. But I understand when you originally, thought of this idea, you wrote this. Zombies were not in the original script. Is that correct?
That is true. Bit by bit, they started infiltrating the pages, and yeah. But the early incarnations, you could imagine, same kind of movie, but with something just a little bit lacking. It was when they came to town, and I was able to put my spin on the zombie lore because I didn't want to add them just because. Like I was only going to do it if I had something interesting to say, and this idea of unfinished business and how it overlaps with Daisy's arc
Yeah.
once that clicked, I really thought I was off to the races with something.
100% off to the races. But what I really enjoyed about this film is it's really, really rooted in humanity. It's all about that. I mean, well, whether you see it from Daisy's perspective from Ava or, people she meets along the way, or even the zombies, quote unquote, we'll call them that for, because when you're breaking into the houses, for example, you see the family pictures. Can you just what I mean? It just made it more personal. Can you just address that a little bit? I think it makes it different from other films we've seen.
Yeah, those intimate discoveries that you make going into someone's house, not knowing how they died, were they having shower sex or were they just sitting on their favorite chair with a cup of tea? Like you just don't know what you're in for. And it all sort
Yeah.
of was born out of like this initial idea visually after the death of my mother. And it was my job to go room to room eventually in my old childhood home, the house that
Right.
she died in, and pack things away and like the discoveries that you make. But it was all very weirdly cathartic, and that really was the jumping off point about this exploration of grief, her death, and me doing that physically with something to actually do, which led to my getting of catharsis, which
Yeah.
was very important. Without the house, I don't know how I would have eventually gotten there, but it was having the house that really was a very strong thing. I'm not a spiritual person, but it was the act of doing it was very important to me. And So I wanted to sort of explore that further, with a veil, so it wasn't about me in a kitchen sink drama about grief. I love the ordinary person dealing with an extraordinary situation. So hence Daisy
Yeah.
and the zombies, but ultimately that's the roots of the whole thing.
Tell me a little bit about Daisy and why you thought she made the perfect Ava, because there's just so much expression in her face, that your heart goes out to this woman. Was she always your first choice when you were writing it?
She wasn't my first choice when writing it. I just sort of write with, it's weird, not really anyone in mind. Just sort of people come in your mind all over the time, but like you always get your heart broken when you then go out to those people.
Good point.
She was the very first actress we went out to. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay, well, let's begin this horrible process where they don't read it, they do read it, and you wait and wait. Within less than a week, I was Zooming her. And in the
Wow.
Zoom, she was saying that she loved it and she wanted to do it. And it was lightning in a bottle, like if things are meant to be, they're meant to be. And it happened so quickly. I've clearly had projects that have died because that didn't even happen, So I've lived both ends of the spectrum. But she was just absolutely perfect in the right place, right time. She has so much X factor.
Yeah.
Some actors got it, but then some actors really got it. And you just put a camera on Daisy and just get out of her way because
Yeah.
she's just got such an interesting aura about her on screen. It's really quite it's like a magic trick certain actors have, and you're just drawn to her without her even necessarily saying anything in some of these scenes. You just like it's all behind the eyes, it's all on her face, it's all on her
Yeah.
shoulders. Like the whole movie rests on her shoulders,
Yeah.
and I was just so blessed that someone like her said yes to my words, to bring them to life.
Yeah, she was wonderful. Well, the film's great. Thank you so much for your time today, Zach. I really appreciate it. And happy holidays to you and your family.
Happy holidays to you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Okay, take care.